I was on my way home the other night and I was reflecting on exactly what coaches do, and I think about it a lot. Hopefully, I think that coaches empower other people to be better at what they do in all areas of their teaching.
I think the idea of reciprocity is central to the coaching process. It has to very much be a two-way conversation between the coach and the coachee. Everyone needs to understand that we're all working towards one central goal. And obviously the coachee, the teacher who's in control of the situation, is wanting to determine what that goal is. We all know deep within ourselves what our best teaching might look like. We know what we want to achieve with our students. And in that two-way conversation, good coaches become a sounding board for that teacher. They become a guide for that teacher, they become support for that teacher.
Success for a coach overall is if 90% of the work, 95% of the work, in the realisation, the improvement and the putting into practice comes from the coachee. That's what success for a coach looks like.
Coaches set up a nice environment for their coachees to respect and feel valued within the relationship.
To be successful, need to build trust with their coachees. They need to be there for them. It's all about development. Coaches also have to be great listeners. It's not for the coaches to tell the teachers what to do or how to do it. It's for them to observe and to assist and maybe to provoke through questioning and to allow the coachee to develop and come to some conclusions themselves about where they'd like to go and what actions they need to take to further develop their practice.
Primary skill, if there is such thing, would be empathy. I think it's important to place yourself in the shoes of the person you're working with and see how it's happening from their perspective.
I think a good coach is someone who can really listen to what their coachee is trying to achieve and pull out those goals that perhaps are sitting under the surface that a coach may see but the coachee is still struggling to identify.
I always felt like Amelia fostered equality by just telling me that she wasn't going to judge me, that it was just there to bounce ideas around, create lessons together. It never felt like she was in there criticising my lessons, which allowed me to actually try a few new things with my students and not feel like I was being graded on it.
I think for me as a coach, it's almost the same traits that you have as being a teacher. It's that ability to get on with people, being patient with a person, really listening to him, understanding what he wants to get out of the process.
I think a great coach is someone who is really focused on the idea of a partnership. So a discussion that goes two ways. Someone who's open to challenging their own beliefs and also is firm in their own experiences and comfortable with sharing that with somebody as well. Recording is a great tool, I think, for reflecting on your own practice because it lets you see what you do through an objective lens. It's a good way of removing any emotional reaction to what you had in the moment on perhaps what went well and what went wrong, and allows you to see exactly what is going on from an angle you don't normally consider.
The reciprocal nature of this coaching style is fantastic. I cannot believe how much I have learnt as a teacher. I have learnt just picking up different ideas and seeing different teachers in different contexts and how they develop relationships and how they draw out the best in kids.
One of the most powerful things about my relationship with Eileen through the coaching process has been for me to be able to find the answers within my own mind. Eileen would come and watch my classes every week and film them and then send me the videos to watch. I would watch them and I would find new questions and new answers within my own experience of viewing the videos.
As a coach, the first part is getting to know your coachee and getting to build that relationship and build trust, because obviously I'm going to come into a classroom with their classes and that can be quite scary. We then really talk about goals. What is their ultimate goal that they're looking at, short term, long term, something to work on. Then I observe classes and we film those classes, and then we both watch those back in our own time. And then in our debrief sessions, we pull out moments, I ask questions, and we have a professional conversation about what's happening in a moment, and then what might happen differently or what's working, and really start that reflective practice.
Ultimately, a successful coaching program allows teachers to learn from each other, to improve their practice, to leverage the great skills and talents within our faculty.
I love coaching because of the reflective nature of coaching. It's allowed me to think more carefully about my lesson processes and the way I interact with my students.
I think a successful coaching program looks like happy, engaged teachers wanting to do their best for the kids, seeking to improve.
What I've loved about coaching through this year has been the ability to see other teachers and pick up from them, to learn from them along the way.
With coaching, I really enjoy interacting with people, helping the teachers and also helping the boys to improve their learning as well.
What I really love about coaching is just the opportunity to help colleagues, to work with them, to get to know them, to be in their classroom and see the joy of the students, and then at the end looking back and realising that together, we made a difference.
So I think everybody should sign up for the coaching program. It doesn't matter if you're a first-year teacher, third-year teacher, or you've been teaching for 25 years. There's always something you can learn. I think everybody should be involved.
Something that I've really loved about being part of the coaching program is that I've gotten heaps better. I feel like my practice has improved immensely in a short space of time, and I'm hoping to be part of it again.
Coaching's so important, and I think in a community like BBC, we're a big school, we are spread across 3 campuses, it's developing those professional conversations and professional learning communities so that we are supported and we can share our resources and our teaching experiences to become the best we can be.